All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Coletrain interviews, the first Coletrain interviews of 2024. I am your host, as always, during these Coletrain, and now our trains rolling on to Mr. Expert Gaming, the interview that everybody and their grandma, auntie, the first, second, the third cousin, even the seventh cousin has been looking forward to. It is finally here. Expert Gaming, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm doing, this new year. Um, yeah, I mean, like I said, this has been a long time coming. From the beginning, I was like, you know what, we got to do this. We gotta finally do the big collaboration. Obviously, we collabed with plenty times in the past. From TTP to now Air 2020 Universe Mode and so on and so forth. But this is the big one. This is the big interview everyone wanted to see since the very beginning of this series. So, you're here, I'm here, finally time to make this happen.
Yes, indeed, it is here. I got a lot of questions, a lot of stories to tell here tonight on this podcast, this interview. First off, man, you've been in the game for almost 10 years now, I believe, if my math is correct.
Oh my god, I'm too old for
Um,
this.
so my first question is, what got you started, man? Like, why did you come to YouTube? What was the biggest factor in your YouTube career?
I don't think anybody will be able to guess what maybe started a YouTube channel. 2015, right?
Mm-hmm.
The big thing that made me start YouTube it wasn't even wrestling. It wasn't wrestling. It was GTA 5. GTA 5. What
Wow.
brought me to this point where we're here today. That's why I'm here, because GTA 5. Actually, the original channel was called GTA 5 Expert 182. Same channel, by the way. I changed the name. GTA 5 Expert was the original name because I've beaten GTA 5 3 times, story mode. So I was like, I'm an expert at this game now. I'm the expert. So that's how I came up with the name for the channel. And then
Was
I
you
realized you had to buy things to capture the games with. So I was like, okay, well, never mind. So I just
oh
I just did vlogs. I did vlogs. When like that, I did vlogs for like the
expert
first like
vlogs?
year or
All
so. Yeah,
right, I like that.
vlogs about nothing because I was super young. I
Mhm.
like the vertical iPhone. Like I have probably like iPhone, I don't know, 5 or something like that. It wasn't even mine. Like my grandma or something like that. I don't know, remember. I just would go around the house vlogging things. It wasn't very interesting at all. It was just around the house recording stuff, posted on YouTube.
Wow. So was it like the expert thief guy that was a big thing? I remember watching that.
Yes, yeah, I watch him all the time. It was I think it's web series now. I don't remember what it's called now. GTA Online. I don't remember what it's
Yeah,
like. He's still
I
going
haven't.
today.
Yeah, it's still going. I haven't watched him in a few years. But I remember whenever the game came out, he was one of the biggest things on YouTube, and I used to watch him a lot playing GTA 5. I got GTA 5 back in 2015 as well. That same year. That's when I finally got it and I beat the game and haven't touched it since. I think
Well,
I
no,
beat the
actually,
game. I think
no.
I think I beat it twice. I think I beat the
I
story
got the
mode
game. I
twice.
got the game. Actually, a funny story. I got the game when it came out, right, 2013. So somehow I don't
Okay.
know. I remember how I saw it for the first time. But I went to Toys R Us. Toys R Us. With my mom to get it. So we had to go up to the game like counter, right? Because it's a
Oh my god,
R-rated
yeah, cause
game or M-rated game. I mean,
yeah, it was the
so
M-rated
they
game.
looked. They looked at. So they looked at my mom and were like, "Are you sure you want him to have this?" She looked down to me because obviously I was really short. She looked down at me and she was like, "So what's in this game?" I was like, "Nothing, nothing in this game, nothing in this game." So somehow I managed to convince her to buy it for me at Toys R Us, of all places. And
Toys R Us did not warn her that, hey, this game has violence in it.
no,
Hey, this
they
game
well, no,
has
they did,
drug
but
themes in it.
they
They
did.
did, and she was like,
They
she was
wondered,
like,
but
oh, okay.
then she asked me like, "What's in this game?" I was like, "There's nothing. It's nothing. It's fine." I politely lied on my mother, and now look at me. Somehow that led to me being here today.
Yes,
The way that life takes you in almost 11 years now.
indeed. Look, and I remember whenever the game first came out, and I remember when I never forget when the Stevie Wonder trailer came out with the skeleton song, and I was like, I had asked my dad, can I am my mom, can I buy it? And they were like, and I never forget. We were going somewhere. We were going out to eat, and I'm actually going to bring this up to this week whenever I see him. Uh, he was like he was talking to my uncle. They was talking about the game because they had looked at the trailer on YouTube and Facebook. Facebook was the big thing back then. Um, and they were like, man, whenever Franklin had like jumped over like the Frank was just like in the Lamborghini or whatever. He had flipped
Oh
over or
yeah, yeah,
something,
yeah, yeah.
and then
Hmm.
and then Trevor had jumped out the train or whatever. They were like, "Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that trailer. Hmm.
he's not getting this game. You're not gonna play it until you're older." And I was like,
First better than
"Oh
line, I
wow,
guess.
oh wow,"
Uh,
and then
yeah, actually,
I didn't play it for the first 2 years of his life cycle, and I finally played it in 2015.
actually, speaking of
So
Stevie Wonder, actually, so one time I made a video, right? Because big thing at the time, at least for me on YouTube, was how they should have booked videos, like Ab Blumpy and all that stuff.
yeah.
So I made a video how they should have booked the Shield breakup, right? It was like an hour
Mhm.
long. I just rambled on for an hour in front of my desktop camera that was like attached to the computer on the monitor. I just ran on for an hour about it. About they should have broke up the Shield instead of the way they did it. So then on the comments of the video, I think somebody hacked Stevie Wonder's account. They called me the N word and all kinds of stuff. Told me to do all kinds of things to myself. I don't know. It's the craziest thing. It's the craziest thing. I don't know
Wow.
why all those people Stevie Wonder they hacked. I always had to go after to comment on my video. It's
Well,
actually I checked it. I checked it now. It's actually Stevie Wonder account. It's actually his account.
like it's the genuinely
It's the
Stevie Wonder
actual
account
yes, the
you
Stevie
listen
Wonder
to music
account.
on?
Yes, the Stevie Wonder account. Someone must have just hacked it,
Oh
and
my
some reason tried to
god.
comment on my video. I don't know why.
I guess they were a wrestling fan that hacked it, surprisingly.
I guess, but at the time I know who Stevie Wonder was, so I thought it was like some random hater. So
Oh my
she just changed my life as a child. She changed my life. This one comment changed my life forever. It changed
oh
the
my
course of
goodness.
my life. I don't have to really get that comment from Stevie Wonder account. I know what happened to me.
I have no idea. So that was the origin, the GTA 5, the vlogs, the how should they book. So how did the universe mode get started? So what was like the first ever universe mode you did?
Oh god, it's like 2K16, I think. I want to
Oh
say.
boy.
I was inspired by first it was DJ Dillon. That's the first person I saw like really like realistically do it. Because he
Oh
did
yeah.
like he used like the voices from like promos and stuff like actual promos, things like
Oh
that.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He was great. I miss
Yeah,
him.
he was great. And
I think
then
he's
from
still
there I
around.
got into no, he's been gone for like 3 years now.
Oh
So
yeah,
3 years.
he came back in 2020. To what,
Yeah, and then
2021 now. Oh
he
god,
left
2021
again.
was 3
Yeah.
years ago. Jesus Christ.
Oh
Uh,
god,
Yeah,
it's horrible.
I remember
Time's flying by.
wait, I said 3 years ago was 2020. But then I
No, it's
realized like,
4 years
wait,
now.
it was 4 years ago. Now we're 2024 now. Like, we're
Oh
Jesus
god.
Christ.
I'm too old for this. Uh Yeah, so first it was him, then it was Delzinski. Because I have a vivid memory of like staying at home and like watching his funeral pay-per-view for the first time and like just loving it. So really from him was the one like kind of like oh I can do this. I couldn't at the time. There's no way. But then from there it's 2K17 because like from 15 to 16 I was watching Delzinski Universe Mode. Everybody else doing like the Brendan Place type of stuff where like actually universe mode and everything. Like you control like one person who's like the CPU for CPU. I wasn't into that stuff even back then.
No, yeah, me neither.
But then
It
17
was
came
boring to
around.
me.
Yeah, I agree. 17 came around and I found for the first time Merce YT13, the big man himself. And that was it. That was the first episode of 2K17 Nerds what he did. That was it. That's all I needed to see. That's all I needed to see. I never went back and watched 2K16 stuff ever. Never ever went back and watched it. But from then on, 17 onwards, I was hooked. That was my guy. He's still my guy now. Actually, I still watch his stuff. And yeah, that
Mm,
was all I needed to see.
I still do
Merce's
too.
stuff. That was for me. That was the quintessential universe mode. Was Merce's stuff, and
Yep.
that's how I got into like doing universe mode stuff. Because at that time when I first started YouTube, I was like an Xbox guy all the way. Had all the Xboxes and everything. But then when 70 came
Same.
around, I had the PS4 for Christmas. I just didn't use it. After Christmas, I didn't use it at all. So for some reason, I finally decided, I'm gonna get 17 on the PS4. And that's why I found I could stream on PS4. So I started doing Unity mode. I streamed on PS4, Unity mode, thing like that, and it was horrible, god awful, the
Yeah.
worst.
Oh yeah,
It was the worst.
so you had your own live stream era too.
Yes, I did, but you can't see it anymore though. You can't see it anymore. But
Oh
yes,
yeah,
it is the thing.
well you can still see mine.
See, I couldn't leave that stuff up there. It's too embarrassing. Way too
Oh, I
embarrassing.
mean, it's history at that point. I just
Yeah, but at least you had like fun
I
moments.
like
Mine just genuinely
every
embarrassing.
every summer I sit down and I go back and watch an old season of the series.
Oh my god, it sounds like torture. If I tried to do that,
E
I
every
would. I don't know what I would do to
every
myself.
summer, I'd be like, "Oh my god, I really made this 6 years ago." Now, 5 years ago, I'm like, "What?
Yeah, see,
I can't
at the
believe
time,
it."
I didn't have any back pain. I have muscular
Man,
troubles. Now I'm sitting here like I'm an old man.
I would
I'm
sit
I'm I'm crippled.
I was sitting in geometry class coming up with storylines, man.
Oh my god, yeah.
Mm,
I
and
don't know what was going through my mind at the time, but I was like,
writing me writing an English essay and writing universe mode at the same
yep,
time in my,
yeah.
old iPhone 5. Those
Oh my
days,
god,
man.
I didn't have an iPhone back then. I had to use my parents' iPhones and stuff like that. So I
That
didn't
was
have like my own phone until I think my phone until I was like 13 or something like that. So
yeah,
it took a while.
yeah,
I
I
remember
didn't even
why.
I used the iPhone 5, I think, or whatever phone I had, 5 or 6, half of my YouTube career before I finally got a new phone like a couple years ago. And this thing is still going strong and hopefully will still keep going strong. Because I don't you see, we old school over here. We don't upgrade. Here comes the iPhone 17. I gotta upgrade my iPhone 16. No, no, we keep
Yeah,
the
no.
phones
See,
for
I don't. Yeah,
years over here.
if it's still working, I don't see a problem. You don't need to upgrade for. I got the
Exactly.
14 like last year, right? The guy would tell me like, oh, the 15 coming out soon. You should wait to get that. I don't care about the 15. Just give me the
I
14.
who no. First of all,
But on the other
give
hand,
me the
right?
14. I
But that's me.
15 come out.
But my family, right? As soon as it comes out, the 15 comes out, they had to rush up there to get it. Rush
No,
up there to get it every
I
day. They're up
I
there
don't
trying to get the 15.
see
I don't need that. It's the same
see
phone.
look, the way my bank account is, we can't do that over here. Mm-mm.
Yeah, see, I got a good deal on my phone bill. I'm good. I don't need anything else to it. I don't want an iPad. I don't need an Apple Watch. I don't need no AirPods. I don't need any of that. I'm good with my iPhone 14 and my Beats by Dre. That's all I need.
Yeah, man. I'm not one, and even though I'm like I love technology, I still have to upgrade my technology. I already told y'all that in the last video. I have to get a new laptop. I gotta get a new microphone. All this is like 4 or 5 years old at this point. So I do need new things, but new things take money, and we gotta build the income up to get those new things. Um,
Right, yeah. I recently I got a MacBook Air for the first time. I've never had a Mac in my life, and I
me
wanted that
neither.
since I was like super young. I wanted a Mac. I don't
Yeah,
remember. I
me.
mean, because like I saw like the videos on YouTube and all that stuff about Macs. I also Merch used a Mac to edit, so of course I wanted a Mac also.
Mm-hmm.
So
Of
finally
course.
got a MacBook. I'm playing around there like for like a month or so, and yeah, I've been loving it. I gotta admit, it's been great. So for
Yeah,
probably from now on, you'll see like most of the videos that I do like for CTP or my stuff will probably be edited on the Mac on iMovie. I know it'll be
yeah.
like a noticeable difference like for the viewer, but for me, it's like a game changer.
Oh yeah. Most definitely. You can obviously tell what some people be adding on based on like how the quality is pictured on YouTube. Like I know when the universe mode is edited on Mac or a PC or just a laptop. You can tell.
Or even Share Factory, yeah.
Or even Share Factory. It's very blatantly obvious.
Well, Share Factory, like you can definitely tell what's on Share
Like,
Factory.
yeah, because so you gotta hide things on Share Factory. Whenever you use that, so you gotta hide stuff. So
Yeah, because like you have to like crop it or whatever. I think for commentary, that's a thing, right? You have to like crop the video when you do commentary.
yes. Whenever I was before I got this laptop, I used to, some people wanted I remember back when season 6 NXT, Mark, the graphic guy now, he's massive now in graphics, but I was one of his first clients. Fun fact, by the way, that he ever had for graphics, and he used to book CTP with us. For all you guys that are new, he used to be a CTP booker back then, and he wanted NXT recorded. He said no live streams. No, he said he wants it recorded. He wanted detailed things, and he gave me detailed things in the script. He wanted specific things to happen. So I teamed up with J&W, and we used to make NXT shows in season 6. And since it was recorded and not live streamed like Raw and SmackDown was, and I never had a computer at the time because I didn't get my computer until 2020. This was like 2018, 19. So I still didn't have a personal computer. And I couldn't really do, YouTube on that school computer I had because that was for the school. So really wasn't possible for me to add on there. Even though I kind of did live stream on that computer one time, but we don't. They don't know about that. We don't talk about those things.
Oh no, it sounds like a horrible
And
time.
yeah, it was a horrible time. Anyway, and he used to want the videos edited, so I had to go through Share Factory and do commentary, and I used to send the videos to J and J&W put it in his editing software, and that's how you got those recorded NXT shows back then. It was a crazy behind the scenes process to get those NXT shows out, and it still was not that good. But I mean, hey, it was a step in the right direction, right, as they say. Like with the Madden games, they always say every year is a step in the right direction. That's what I call those NXT episodes. But back to you with your current universe mode. What was the idea of bringing that back last year? With the Raw and SmackDown stuff. What inspired you to get back in the game? Because I remember you took a
Well,
break from it for a while.
yeah, like for those who don't know, because obviously the video aren't on my channel anymore. Like at the beginning of 2022 now, it's been 2 years now. Oh my God, this month, 2 years ago, I did a pilot for the universe I wanted to do in 2019. It was called Underground Wrestling. And it
Mm-hmm.
was like I put like a whole lot of effort into it and everything, super detailed, super edited, and all that. Kind of like how my stuff is now. So I premiered and all that stuff, but in a year, it got 200 views. 200. So I was like, you know what? All right, fine. Maybe stuff isn't for me. I'm just gonna do CTP stuff, full time and everything. Not worried about my channel anymore. Like the channel's dead. So then 2020 was coming up. The release of that game was coming up, and I was just like, you know what? I don't know. Like obviously I was CTP stuff, but I was kind of like, I want to try something. I'm trying like my own thing. You know what I mean? I want to try like something else basically, while obviously still being involved with CTP stuff. So I made the highlights video for WrestleMania. I made like one tweet about it and like one community tab post. Nobody saw. Nobody saw them. Nobody
Nobody
cared.
saw him at
So
all.
so I was like, oh god, this could be another flop. So I was like, you know what? If the video doesn't pop off, I'm done. I'm done. So I posted the video. Now currently sits at almost 12K views on
12,000
YouTube.
12,000 views.
So I think it's safe to say it was a pretty good gamble
Well,
because
probably one of the best gambles you ever had, huh?
yeah, I started off last year with 200 subscribers. Now I go into the beginning of this year with over 1,000,
Oh yeah.
which is like for me, I had given up. I was like, okay, like I wanted like the quote unquote YouTube fame. This isn't really a real thing. People think it is. It's not.
It's not.
Uh,
It's really not.
and then like when I was like super young and everything, that's why I got into YouTube. Really, is because of you hear about getting the money and the fame and all that stuff.
No, that was never
And
been my motivation anyway.
no, for me it was, but again, I was young, so that's probably why. But
Yeah.
then it was like I don't know, like this year, like professionally, why not the best year of my life professionally, easily. I mean, how can it not be? You know what I mean? It's like again, obviously, CTP stuff has been very creatively fulfilling, creatively enriching. It's been very fun to do. Even now
Mm-hmm.
with AEW season 8 has been very fun to do. But I guess kind of getting that like my own type of success is like I guess it's kind of like validation. You know what I mean? Because like for the last like however long, it's been like almost 5 years since I met Cole for the first time. Just to age Cole a little bit, 5 years almost. Uh, and
More, huh? I didn't
and
have that much hair back then when you met me.
oh god, well I probably have more hair now than I did back then. So you know what? We swapped.
We swapped.
Back then I used to like going bald. Now I don't have now I have hair actually. So
Yeah, yeah.
um,
And
but yeah, like
I constantly keep hair on my head now.
yeah, getting that like success in my own channel kind of like creatively fulfilling for me. Like like putting in that work, like improving my game like for the last few years, like you do CTP stuff, and like finally seeing that work kind of like on my channel anyway. Like finally, like seeing like those numbers, I guess it's been like see, you are good. You are like one of the best. Like
Yeah.
this is like kind of my just due, you could say. I'm not sounding full of myself right like that, but this is
Yeah,
like
yeah. That's exactly what it is. I mean, you know, helping somebody out, and this is like the same thing with, why I love to help out J&W with TNA and, doing going on guest channel and helping produce something that they want me to produce something or commentate things, but having that own validation that, okay, yeah, I can do this. And, this can be a success, which is why I wanted to, the CTP stuff was great and it's still going great. But I wanted to like try other things. That's why I tried to bring back the Universal Award last year, and seeing the numbers that did was very, very impressive to me because we tried multiple times and it flops. It failed multiple times. To finally see something actually work with the Universal Award, and people are actually liking the matches, and the storylines are, yeah, they're still, they're getting better. The bookers are still young, but the matches and people liking the quality of the videos, it was very, very fulfilling. And I just premiered my mode last week on New Year's Eve, and I didn't even market it at all. I just here premiered it, and it got almost 400 views, and I got like 10 subscribers from it, 15 subscribers from it. So I was like, okay. So yeah, I still got it. I can still make my own show and still be fine. So that's what the Universal War and the My Mode series for me is, why it's so fulfilling, because I'm mostly making that myself. Obviously I love to help with you and Super Kick, and then sometimes J and W comes on to help us, and whoever else wants to make a match for us or commentate. I love to help, of course. I'm very, very generous for it because I need it. But sometimes you like to have that own validation yourself, to say that, yeah, I know I can do this. I know that I'm great, and this proves it when I can make my own content and finally hit that 1K mark that I've been searching for since I started damn near 10 years ago. And that's what it was for me when I got into YouTube, because a lot of people said that, oh, wrestling can't never be successful on YouTube. You can never make a living. Well, they said I could never make a living off of it, but that wasn't even the plan anyway. YouTube's not my living. Absolutely not. I'll be broke as you don't know what right now for YouTube, my living. But no, that was never the plan. But they said that I could never be successful on YouTube. And I took that personally, because I know I could do anything I put my mind to. So it was a personal goal to hit that 1,000 subscribers. When I got that 1K, I celebrated for a week. Well, a week straight. I did something every single day when I got my 1K, because it was a personal victory for me, because someone told me I would never even hit 500 subscribers on this channel. They said that I'm not entertaining enough. I couldn't do it. And when it finally happens for you, you feel that fulfillment. And you like, yeah, I proved them wrong. Yeah, I can do this. And that's what you felt when you bought that universe mode back. That, yeah, I'm one of the big dogs in here. I proved it on Cole's channel. Now let me prove it on mine. And I'm proud of you with that 1K. And now you're about to be officially monetized soon as well, which is absolutely incredible and rightfully deserved, because it should have been happened years ago. But now finally people are waking up to see that, wow, this guy this guy's content is awesome, and he can do this stuff. And I'm so happy that they are seeing what I have seen for 5, almost 6 years now.
Right, and yeah, I appreciate that. I do, and yeah, thank you. And it's like, I don't know, well, like, to go back to the Universal War thing for a second. Like, I mean, I understand, like, for some of those, some of those people in like the booking Universal War, like when we like interject on things, like you or me or Superkick or JW or whoever else, it might seem a little like harsh to them, like, but I'll say if like we're like I was in their spot, like, I don't know, 6-7 years ago when I was doing it, when I was first starting out.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I wish I had somebody, like, coaching me on this, and like, no, don't do that. You do this. So like it might seem a little bit harsh, but it's like, you know what I mean. It's like kind of like what they do now in real life with NXT. Like, we put them out there and like on that big stage. Like, well, I guess not actually like they do in NXT, but with their booking, we put them out there on that big stage and let people judge them until they get better, trial by fire type of thing.
Yeah,
So
it's
so
yeah.
if we ever seem like to the bookers who are watching this, if they are watching this, if we ever seem kind of like like harsh like towards your booking, or like we ever kind of seem like, I guess, dickish towards your booking. Really, we're doing it because we want to see you get better. We want to see you in like a couple years be in our spots where we are
Mhm.
right now, type of
Yeah.
thing. Like when we're gone, we're retired from YouTube, from Universal Mode, from WWE content. We want to see you sitting here in our spots. We want to see, I don't know, uh Dino Man interviewing, I don't know, Phase, something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what we want to see in a couple years from now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about, and that's what that series is about, training the next generation. Because admittedly, you know, as much as I say I want to be in the prime spot, at the top of the CTP food chain forever, I can't. It won't be like that, So that's why I need to get ready for the next generation to take over. Yeah, I'm still always going to be around YouTube, because I'm never ever going to leave YouTube. I don't think that's possible for me to, as long as YouTube does not delete this channel, and I'm gonna knock on wood, hopefully that does not happen, because I already got my Twitter deleted this year. As long as the YouTube channel does not delete, and we don't lose everything, I don't lose all the years that I build on this channel. This is gonna keep going until I physically can't even sit down and type anymore. When I can't speak out and I can't type no more, then I'm done at that point. I'll put up somebody gonna type a post for me and say I'm retired at that point. But until that happens, no. But like, with like being full time, and with marketing and booking and doing this series, that series, no, it it won't be possible within the next 5 to 6 years. I already know that for myself. So that's why I have the people involved in the places that they're involved in, because I'm training the next generation to take my spot. They'll be at the top of the CTP food chain. I'll still be here managing everything, of course, but they'll be mainly making the stuff for our series and producing our series and writing our series for us, and they'll get the credit for it like always, and then it'll still be showcased here. It's like a machine that's going to continue to keep going and going and going. And speaking of CTP, I want to talk about your how did you get here in the CTP? Because
Oh no.
a lot of people don't know that, and I want to educate the now over 1,300 new people
Oh no, now
here.
it's seven. That was
14.
1800, I think.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, up that
Oh
number. Come on now,
Jesus Christ.
you gotta get it
The,
right.
the now
There
1,800
you
plus
go.
people that
Uh
were
huh.
not here when you first started.
Yeah. Well, okay. It's a very long story. Actually, goes back to the beginning. We're talking about how I got in the universe mode. Once
Oh
again,
yeah.
I feel like I've been tied to him for like a long time now. Honestly, first was him, then it was you. Murphs yet again coming in to again change my career basically. So this, of course, this 2K20 horrible
Hmm.
game. This 2019 game first came out.
Oh
So I wanted
boy,
to use the custom arenas I made for my universe mode at the time.
I don't miss
Again, there's
them
another
days.
universe mode that now been, canceled and not seen on channel anymore. I wanted to use custom arenas for my universe mode, but I couldn't because at the time if you use them, like they would float, the custom arenas would float in the game, like during the match. It was horrible.
Yeah,
I just
it
wouldn't
would
use them.
float in the air.
Yeah, so I posted like pictures of them on Twitter and everything. I was like, oh, I wish if I could use these in my universe mode, I would or whatever. Like I could test like a bunch of people. So I found anybody to actually like apply to it, but they did. So Merch replied to it, said like, "Oh, this is a nice arena and all that stuff like that." So of course I was like, "Oh my god!" Merch replied to my tweet, but then because of course you follow Merch, you saw the tweet and then you replied
Hmm.
to it like, "Oh, this looks good." And like I had known who you were before because they did like the reviews stuff like that, like their interactions like Merch's pay per views.
Yeah, I
I
did.
think it's like Twitter or whatever in like the past. So I knew who you were already. I saw like a couple of your videos. I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
thanks." And by the way, you have good content too. You're like, "Oh, well, I've worked on right now for Monday Night Raw. Come and check it out." So I clicked on the video, right? I was there for about 5 seconds. Turned it off immediately. Turned it off immediately. I said, "No way! This child is yelling at me from his microphone. He's actually on PS4. I'm not watching this. I'm not doing it."
Oh
But
man.
somehow we came back around here because I think you're like promoting like your house all the time, right? It was like Peace over Outback, whatever, WWE Championship. Yeah, this 2K20. So this is like a long time ago. So I made like
Very
a
long
graphic
time
for it.
ago.
I sent it to you on Twitter DMs. It's like, hey, if you a graphic designer, like hit like I could do this for you. Hit me up or whatever. You're like, well, I already have one because time was again it was Mark at the time,
Yeah, it was.
but I do need one for Universal War NXT.
Yep,
So
you did. You did.
I guess
I still
at the
have those
time,
DMs. I
oh
still
my
have them.
god,
I still
oh
have them
god,
on Discord. They're on Discord.
it
They're
sounds like
saved.
blackmail. Good lord. But
Discord
yeah,
saves everything, man.
really? Oh my god,
Yes.
I don't have that account anymore. Um,
Yeah. I can still see that account.
well, yeah, I assume so because I saw like say like deleted users accounts in my DMs too. But anyway, I went to the DMs of at time the Universal War NXT booker again. It's Universal War NXT, not May series. Universal War NXT. So long ago this was. Rob Havoc. I was like, hey, Cole, want me to get how to you about making graphics and everything? It's like, okay, sure, whatever, you make graphics. So for a while I did that, but then the series got canceled, so I had nothing to do. Then was one day out of the blue, Cole was like, "Hey, I want you to do this match for me for the Royal Rumble." I was like, "Okay," because I never done a match for anybody ever. Match that Gauntlet
Hmm.
wanted me to do. I never done it for anybody before ever. Like, oh, you ever asked me about this in my life? I'm like, okay, what is it? I don't know if I can. Oh God, it was Jeff Hardy, Brother Nero versus the Velveteen Dream. This
It
is
sure
what.
was.
Looking
Yep.
back on it, it's a cursed match. But anyway, but I did it anyway, and it premiered and everything, and everybody loved it. Chat was going nuts for it. Remember, this is like hour 6 of like a 8-hour show.
It's
So
our
that
shit.
chat they loved it. Like everybody
Never.
from Super Kick.
I would.
We know who Super Kick was at the time when he was going crazy for it. JW
Hmm.
was there, he's going nuts for it. J Dog, everybody's going crazy for it in the chat.
Most of the community
So
was there, bro.
yeah, so
Great.
Cole's like, all right, well, I'm assuming anyway. Like, all right, I keep this guy around then.
Oh yeah, yeah, 100%. I DM'd. I never forget. I DM'd J and W. I was like, yeah, this expert guy, he needs to stay. Do we have an opening for him? And J and W was like, yeah, we don't you don't have that many people working for you anyway. I was like, okay, cool.
How the
You know,
takes a turn?
he
I
was
have
like,
many now.
yeah, I got a lot now. He was like, yeah, man, keep him around. He's awesome. And the rest was history. I was like, okay,
And
let's
then
put him on
also I
something.
did the Royal Rumble match, the main
Mm-hmm.
event, which
Yeah.
again that kind of put me over the top anyway with everybody because everyone was like, "Oh my god, this is the best Royal Rumble match I've ever seen." Again, this on 2K20.
All on
So
2K20.
imagine how hard that was for me to do on 2K20. A fully edited Royal Rumble match. Took me 2 days just to record it. 3 days just for recording.
3 days to record it. That Rumble premiered on April 20th, I think. I think it's gonna be 4 years
Yeah,
old.
I was around there. Yeah.
4 years old this year. Crazy.
Well, and can't get rid of me now. I'm stuck here. Yeah, here I am, still here,
Still here,
almost
still kicking.
5 years later.
5 years later, man.
Oh
Still
my god!
kicking.
And now we're both very old, very brittle at this point. We're
And
still kicking, but barely.
so like once season 6 was ending, um, and I was like, man, I need help. That's what I told myself. Um, because it was just 3 people helping writing everything off all the shows, and then I had 2 people writing NXT. I was like, I need help. Like it's just not where I wanted to be. So I started the CTP teams thing, and started putting bookers in and just having to just book the show. I was like, hey, you're good at this. You write this show, you book it, and I can make it. At the time, I said, I'll just make the show. Y'all just book it. And that's when I had asked you, hey, do you want to do Monday Night Raw? you were like, sure, we need to do a draft though. I was like, a draft? Wait,
Well, yeah,
can
you got
like an
draft.
actual draft? I was like, I've never done one of those. I've only I picked the rosters myself and just did matches for a draft show. I never did like an actual draft.
Oh
He was
no,
like,
if I'm booking it, I gotta know. I gotta pick my roster. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. He was like, he was like, well, you really will make it like teams and competition based. You gotta have they gotta have their own rosters that they like. And I was like, okay, cool, yeah, sure. And we had it was like a 5-hour draft. I'll never forget. I was washing dishes doing it. I ate lunch doing it. I
Oh
had
my
a couple
god.
sodas doing the draft. It was a long, long night.
Well,
Um,
and remember, actually, you had this ever been. I think never said publicly before. That was the first season 7 draft.
the
It
first
was,
one.
yeah, it was me doing Raw, Jane W, Mark on NXT, and then Picky 11 was on SmackDown,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that was
Yep.
we did that original draft. By the way, the rosters are completely different than the ones we got in season 7, like the actual season
Oh
7.
yeah.
But then we had to redraft it We had to do a whole redraft,
We did a whole
which
new
is how
draft.
we got the rosters that we saw in season 7
Mm-hmm.
with Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. So we
Yeah.
did twice. We did it once for season 8 this time, thankfully. Only one
Oh, thank.
time.
Oh,
We
yeah.
don't do it again.
Oh, you're insane. I'm not losing that roster.
Oh, and remember, this was during the pandemic, so we had all the time in the world. But now we had to do that thing twice. Oh my god, that'd be the
Oh,
worst thing
Jesus.
ever. It'd be the worst thing ever to
Oh,
schedule.
Jesus. But
The worst thing ever to schedule.
behind the scenes scheduling just to even get this interview together was hard.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's why it's taking so long. What, episode 9?
Yeah, you're
Just
episode 9.
interview?
Yeah, I mean, just to get the interview out was like I couldn't imagine trying to do 2 drafts. Oh no, man. That season 8
Nowadays,
draft
no
was one.
way, no way.
It was one draft. It was
One and
for
done.
3 hours.
We were good.
3 hours. I never forget. It was 3 hours of my life. That was it. And
Crazy.
the only reason why it was 3 hours is because we talked a little bit afterwards.
A little. Well, I don't know if I'll say a little bit.
Well, not a
That's a
little
common
bit.
theme. How do we do commentary or something like that? We would just sit here and talk for like an hour, like an extra hour.
Yeah,
But we did for
we just be
WrestleMania both
sitting in the
nights.
call.
We did for the draft. we do guest stuff too. We sit here and talk for like an extra hour or something like that, half an hour.
Yeah, I mean,
So
just be talking about random things in our lives, and then be like, oh, it's like 11 o'clock.
yeah, no, we do everything. We do everything late for some reason. It's just like again schedule thing. We do everything late now because like back in the day we used to do things like 11 a.m. something like that because we do a repeat. Again, it's pandemic. But now we're here at like 11 p.m.
11
doing
p.m.
interviews and commentary and
6,
stuff.
7 o'clock at night, we screaming and yelling in our room.
Yeah, 6 hour long WrestleManias, back to back days, literally back to back days. Not just a kayfabe. We did it literally back to back days.
Oh no, yeah, no. Genuinely, it was.
We were here till like 1
back-to-back
a.m. for
days.
night 2. Yep, we were for like 1 a.m. to night 2.
I literally, I think we did the night 1 on a Sunday, right? It was a Sunday or
I think it was something like that. Yeah,
Sunday
I
night.
think so. And then we did and then Monday was night 2. Yeah.
I went back to campus and I genuinely and I drove. I drove on that interstate and I was pushing at least 75 on that interstate.
35. Oh my god!
I was trying to get back to school so we could do that commentary, man. And I could finally say this publicly because the show's over, and done and dusted. But I ran to that dorm and I got in there and I said, "Oh my god, we really gotta sit here for 5 hours and do this." So during the show, we're commentating, we cooking and stuff, and then somebody had a guest thing. I said, "Okay, thank God, I can get a break. Give me something to drink." I had a couple sodas. I had a Fanta orange. And I think I had a
no, you
Sprite
see what's in
too.
here? I have ginger ale and I have water to sit here, just
and
in
then
case.
water. But I got hungry too, so I say I need to eat something because I know when I finish this, I'm going to take a shower and I'm going to bed. So I said, shoot, I need to give me something to eat. So I'm eating during the show. We're eating during the show.
No. During
No
night
joke.
2, during one of the guest matches, I literally had to went out of my house, drove down the street to like the local. I think it's like the gas station or whatever. Got some food I ordered beforehand, came back and ate before the matches before we even had to do commentary again. It was crazy. That whole WrestleMania, like I guess not weekend because we went into the week, but the whole like WrestleMania commentary was something else.
And we finished WrestleMania commentary. I'm screaming and yelling, using my voice for 5.5 hours. I gotta get back up at 8:10 in the morning to go to 4 classes the next day. Finish those 4 classes. Come get out of class. Go get me some food before we start night 2 commentary. And then do night 2 commentary again, and then get back up again for 8 some in the morning and go to class for 9:30. That's how dedicated I am to you.
And
You
yeah,
all
and see, like I don't think like anybody would like believe us, like just sitting here talking about it. But I still have the video of us doing commentary on here, just like this, exactly like this, just like doing commentary.
No joke. He has me walking, getting the food in the microwave. I heat the food up. I'm not making this up.
No, I can hear it. We're talking about stuff. I'm hear cool. My microwave going off. Like, what is that?
Microwave is going off. I'm texting.
Cut it out in editing, but
I'm texting Super Kick. We were talking about his match as we're watching it. I'm texting J and W and too, and they're doing comment. JW and J Dog did commentary, so I'll let them know how their commentary is. J and W did a few matches on WrestleMania, so I'm giving him live reviews of the matches in the Twitter group chat, and I'm eating my food. I'm literally eating like baked pork chops and rice dressing while the show's running. Yeah, no joke. That's the dedication that we have for y'all. I literally
Yeah,
had
see,
did
I don't know
two
how
nights.
it's at the end of that we didn't have we still had voices. I have no idea how, honestly.
We
But
and
especially some of the matches like Finn Balor Ken Cross, for example. I don't know how we got up and did another one the next day after
it,
that match.
literally, I screamed my tail off, got something to drink, took a shower, went to sleep, got back up, went to class, interacted with people all day that Monday, all day. Then I had to get ready for a test later on that week, and I
Yeah, no.
studied and
See,
everything.
if I had to do that, I'd be so mad. I wouldn't talk to anybody at school. No way. I would be
Uh,
furious.
yeah, man. Yeah. Like that's the like I said, that's the dedication I have to the CTP stuff, man. Like y'all don't know half the things we've had to do over the years. Imagine sitting through an 8 hour Royal Rumble. Yeah, yeah, I did that.
Obviously, not during a pandemic, of course.
Well, yeah, it was during the pandemic, but you know, still, that's 8 hours of
Imagine
your
doing
life.
that now. Imagine if WrestleMania was all one night. The whole card was one night. That show would never ended.
Oh,
It would have been what, 10 hours, 11 hours?
yeah, we counted. It would have been 10.5 hours. No way, no way, Jose. Like that former guy that was in WWE.
Yeah.
No way,
No,
Jose.
nobody
No
would have
way.
watched that. Nobody would have watched that. See, that's what
Absolutely not.
we went like wait, twice in what 2020 whatever it was for WrestleMania in Las Vegas. Because yeah,
Oh,
there's no. I thank God we did it because there's no way anyone was had through that.
oh
At
yeah,
least
oh yeah, oh yeah,
a
absolutely.
10.5 hour show.
I said never again. And after that it was that Royal Rumble was 8 hours and 9 minutes. Never, I said never again. It is still the longest YouTube video I've ever made. There's not been a single YouTube video that has been longer than that video. Still yet.
And yeah, it's like obviously WrestleMania night one is very close. Like I think it's like 6 hours something like that. Wrestlemania night one, like
Yeah,
just
six
barely.
hours.
And then that was also like one of the SummerSlams, right? It was like 6 hours. That's before I even came in. I think it was 6 hour SummerSlam, right?
Yeah, yeah. Surprisingly, during the live stream era, I actually did 6 hours of live stream. I'll never forget. Back then, I used to go to church because I typically used to do most of my live streams on the weekends because back then my parents didn't like me playing the game during the week, so I had to sneak and do CTP videos during the week because I used to do like Monday Night Raw. So I used to book the card the night before, and then come home from school, immediately live stream the the show, and then be finished before my mother gets off from work. So yeah, I used to be a sneaky child. Yeah, again, y'all don't know
Oh my
all about
god!
this behind the scenes things. This is plenty of stories. So the way that 6 hour SummerSlam came to be, JW was there. He was in the chat for that stream, by the way. Um I started that SummerSlam at 1 o'clock p.m. Actually, it wasn't that. It was scheduled for 1 o'clock p.m. It actually didn't start till 2 o'clock p.m. because I was late. I was an hour late, like I always am to my videos. I'm always late to live streams. It's a recurring thing for me to be late to live streams. You know, even sometimes in my personal life, I'm late to events. I be like 10 minutes late, or 5 minutes late, or 2 minutes late. It depends on what I got going on because it's just a thing with me. I'm late, especially on YouTube things. I'm late, so I was late, and we did that 6 hours, a 6 hours live stream during the live stream era SummerSlam show, and it was
And yeah, see, it wasn't Fortnite. It wasn't like Call of Duty or anything like that. It was 2K what 18?
two. I believe that was 2K19. It was WWE
Oh, okay,
2K19
19.
SummerSlam season was it 5 or yeah, it was 5 or 6, one of them. 5 or 6 SummerSlam. Yeah,
Oh my god! And yeah, I was just looking while you were talking, like for season seven, right? Like pay-per-view season seven, the longest one is Takeover Atlanta, and that's in 3.5 hours. So we said after Royal Rumble, like no way,
no
we're
way.
getting that long again. No way. And then we did obviously almost,
Yeah,
but
we did.
but
We had
it was WrestleMania. It was the end.
yeah, I believe the longest season 7 show was WrestleMania.
Well, yeah. Well, besides WrestleMania, yeah. I mean, before that, I was taking over Atlanta. That's only
Of
3.5
Takeover
hours.
Atlanta was it? Even I what? Wait. Was Atlanta longer than London?
No, London's like 4 hours. But again, besides like that kind of WrestleMania weekend shows, like the end of an era shows, longest
Mm-hmm.
one was Takeover. It was Takeover Atlanta.
Yeah, Takeover.
Wasn't even 3.5 hours.
Mm-hmm. True, because I know that most of the season 7 pay-per-views for Raw and SmackDown, they were like 2 hours and something. They never hit. I think besides Payback, I think
Yeah,
Payback was
Payback did.
3 hours.
But
Payback was the
that's
only
only
one that
because of the Iron Man match. It
that was
it
because
was
of
an
the
hour long. Yeah.
yeah, that was mine. I think I did
Oh
that.
yeah, that match was
Oh, it was a
underwhelming.
unmitigated disaster.
Well, okay, I was being nice. So underwhelming.
No,
That
no, no,
also
no.
works.
It was a disaster, and thank goodness the WCW stuff got canned because I had to do a WCW Gauntlet tag team match in 2K23 back when 2K23 was
Oh,
barely working because it was buggy a little bit at the beginning, and I made that Gauntlet. I was editing it. And I said no, we gotta change something. No, I'm not
and
doing
yeah, I
this.
don't know when it's coming out, but I'm talking to Dylan Toolin about it because he's doing one for King of the Ring pay per view, and even he's like, "Oh my god, this is I'll never do
Yeah.
this again." He said, "I'll never do
I
this
seen
again."
it. I seen it
Literally,
in his in the little creators group chat we
yeah,
got.
yeah.
Yeah,
He said, "I'll never do it again."
I told Dylan. I said I'm not making a gauntlet. Period. This year. Don't ask me. It ain't happening. No, I'm tired.
Yeah,
I'm,
no.
ti-
Well,
I'm
I
tired,
did a gauntlet
man.
match on my channel, but that was like a singles gauntlet, like tag team turmoils gauntlets, whatever you want to call them,
The
are
My Mode
just
one was the
the
last one I
absolute
did.
worst. The
That's
absolute
it.
worst.
The My Mode one was the last one I did, and I think for like the what could have been WrestleMania that's hopefully gonna release in the next 2 months if I can. I just gotta sit down and edit. That's my problem. I just gotta sit down and edit. It's done. I gotta edit.
Yeah,
Edit,
you know
put the
what? I
music
gotta
in
admit to
there.
you guys that's come thing around here. Most time we gotta edit things. That's
Yeah,
what takes the longest amount of time.
yeah. Like literally, I was like, I was getting the 2024 schedule together. I said that I didn't really want to release another universe mode thing until AEW came out because I know people have been waiting for AEW. So I said once AEW comes out, I can finally sit down and edit my other projects that I've been working on. So so whenever AEW comes out, that's when you'll see the what could have been WrestleMania and the little thing I'm working with for Xpert that he said I can do and because it's all done and then my mode episode 2 you're gonna see that after AEW comes up. So yeah, but that's really it. We're gonna go full behind the scenes thing. That's really what kept us the pace of season 7 going on and off. Was really editing. It wasn't really like making the shows because you know, well, I would say it was half and half because sometimes we had a good month where everybody was upbeat, and then the next month is just be like, I don't feel like doing this.
Yeah, basically. Well, also like that's also the thing with like obviously like now with my channel and your channel, like it's just the way that like we make stuff. Like that's why it takes so long. Like I wish I could post every week. I love to post every week.
Yeah, I
And
don't.
actually, honestly, like when I can't, I see like I got my channel. It's like oh, like my last video was like a month ago. Like I'm upset about it because like I always like to post every week. I always post like a frequent basis. You know what I mean?
I
But
wish
this but the way that we make stuff,
it's
it's just
impossible.
not. It just isn't possible
It's not possible.
because of how much detail we put into our stuff, and like how much like dedication, and heart we put into it, and like passion we put into it.
And the
It's just
scripts
not. It's just not possible. It isn't.
with with these scripts, there's no way I can give this. I can give the collision scripts to like a Dylan or Nick and tell them make that in a week. No, it's not possible. You can't. Can't.
No, and it's even just us. Like like again, like you brought him up again, Dylan, for example. Like even his stuff takes like a couple weeks, 3 weeks to come out. Like his new episodes, Raw,
Mhm.
SmackDown, pay per view, whatever. And I would say, like I admit, Nick, like he's been killing it right now.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. I
besides, like what last week, but that's because he was going through an illness. Like
yeah,
he's been
yeah.
posting like almost every week. Like I don't know how he does it honestly. Like it's honestly, it's insane. Honestly, huge
Yeah,
propaganda.
it
Huge
he did say that he started cutting some things out of his shows.
yeah,
Like
yeah, like yeah,
he cut the
you change
match
the style a little
countdown,
bit. Yeah,
and he
yeah,
changed the style a bit, and he said that he gonna go full blown for the pay per views, and which we seen because we just commented one of his matches that will be on the show, and it was great. So I see what he's talking about now because that's the only reason why he's making it work. Because there's no way you can do that full sim based style and post every week. I don't know how people do it.
yeah.
I don't know.
Even like if I tried to like even like recording the match or something like that, like I would. There's no way I'll be able to
You
especially like editing like the way I edit. There's no way I'll be able to do it in a week. No
you
possible way.
must like you must gotta have that merge type of style where you sit down and you pre-tape a lot of stuff and then you just go back and do your segments.
Right. Well, even
Got
if I did, I think I still wouldn't be able to get out like weekly just because of the way I
Oh,
edit.
absolutely not. No, it's impossible because it's the even with the style I do, it still takes a few days because I
The
gotta
only
sit
way you
there.
could do it is like if you had like I don't know like maybe I don't know I guess an AI editor. I guess that's the thing now. But the AI would have to be able to replicate this the way editing that I edit, which is not possible currently. Technology the way it is.
Yeah,
So it just won't.
it's not there yet, but I know I follow obviously my job's in tech, so I follow the tech industry vividly every week. It's getting there, but it's not there yet. There's no way like I can tell. I can't tell. And wait, can you hear me? I think my
Yeah, I
mic
can
went
hear
off.
you. I can hear you.
Okay, I don't. I hope I'm hoping that y'all can hear me in the recording because they said my mic is off. I didn't really
Really?
realize.
Okay. I don't know. I can hear you.
I don't
So
know what's
yeah,
going on with this.
I hope we're good because
I
yeah, you're coming through
I
loud clear for me. So.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my Yeti. It's not coming on now. I don't know what's going on. Uh-oh. Hopefully my Yeti's not dead. That's not that
Oh
that will be a
no.
very bad sign because I still gotta do dynamite commentary.
Oh yeah. Hope
But
not. But
yeah, so like I didn't even realize because the green light stopped shining.
Oh God. Oh no.
Let me-
I hopefully we're good. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm hoping we're good.
kind of like what you were saying. Like I think if I even like hired somebody else to edit stuff for me, I think like I'm the way I edit stuff, they'd be like, "You're insane. I'm not doing this," because the way I edit stuff is probably overboard. If I'm being honest, like it's probably too much. The way I edit stuff, like I make sure like every like meticulous detail is in there that I need. Like you see like in my stuff, like I zoom in and like the options menu and all that stuff. Like I'll zoom in like the home, like the city up at the top for like every match, like after like the opening pyro and all that stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's just little things that like I really wanna, the little things that I need like in there. That's just the way I edit stuff. I don't know. Like I said, it's probably too much. It's probably overboard, but I don't know. That's just the way I
No,
do
no, it
things.
ain't. No, it ain't. Because how is it overboard? And look at your sub count.
I mean, yeah, true. But again, it's like
Look. Let me tell you
for an
something.
upload schedule that I
Some
like to
people
have.
say that it's overboard, but if people watching it, oh, there you go. Yeah, my mic wasn't plugged in all the way. Okay, thank God.
Okay, yeah. Now you sound better now. Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Well, I apologize for the audio during this section of the podcast, guys. I'll go into film more and hopefully I can tweak it a little bit, but I had no idea my mic was off. But long as experts coming through, we should be good. That's the only thing that matters. I need him to come through. I can fix myself later. But especially with the beauty of StreamYard. But yeah, like I was for me is like I hate not like you said going a month or two without an episode. It is very frustrating, but then I got to realize that's why I said this year is more quality over quantity. Like you know, I was beating myself up like when I seen my uploads and say, dang, I didn't even reach like I barely hit 100 uploads last year, and I was like, dang, that's not normal because typically I upload over 100, 150 times, 160 times a year. But since 2021, my uploads have decreased dramatically. I don't even
Yeah,
have 2,000 videos and I've been doing this for 8 years, almost 8 years. I
and
don't have 2,000 videos on this channel.
kind of short for me. I only have 12 videos in a year. You know what I mean? So it's like 12 in a year is
That's like
again
what
counting
what
shorts. Actually,
counting short.
and the stream we did a couple weeks ago. That's right.
Yeah.
So
So
counting those things is 12,
yeah,
and it's like, but I don't know. I see like somebody like Nick. Like this is his fault, by the way. Not his fault at all. But somebody I'm like, well, what they can do it, what can I do it? You know what I mean? But then I remember like the way that I do things, and like obviously, and obviously that ain't talking about like life just in general
hmm
getting in the way of things. It's like I just can't. I just can't do it. Again, I love to. I'd love to do it every week or like
me too,
every other
man.
week or something like that. I
I
just can't.
wish. I wish. I genuinely wish that I can say,
Like
yeah.
obviously, if I did like like in the actual universe mode, I went, if it was like I like the actual matches and everything like that, like in the actual universe mode, I could. I could do that every week. I could do that every day, honestly. So that's super easy content to make. But then I feel like I think I kind of feel like I'm selling myself out basically. Like I'll be selling out doing the type of content just because that's the type of stuff I enjoy. If you don't enjoy
Yeah.
this, it's be obvious like in your content. If you don't enjoy something you're doing,
Yeah, I would feel like I'm not hitting the standards that I set, because I used to be like, I used to crank out 3 live streams a week. Easily could do Raw on this day, 2 days later, let's do SmackDown, 2 days later, let's do NXT. Yeah, easily. Get through like get through like a whole month of TV in like 2 or 3 weeks. And then I have pay-per-view at the end of the month, IRL time, like
right?
WWE does.
And also like no shade to people who do this type of content, but also like people who like do like oh I'll take this one person through universe mode for a year. Like you know what I mean? Like for example like CM Punk, I'll take him through universe mode for a year. So like go through
Mhm.
universe mode, like seem like the stuff and like just kind of react. Like again, it's that type of stuff that I personally prefer. If I like the stuff, that's perfectly fine. But also, it's like that, and also it's like kind of like an oversaturated market really at this point. Like everybody kind of does like have content now in WWE 2K. Like that's like the norm now for content. It's like doing
Yeah.
like it's the universe mode stuff. You sim through it like for one person or like a faction or whatever. Like you get to WrestleMania at the end of the video.
Yeah, and that's like, what I don't want to avoid. I've always preached myself, I want to be different from everybody else. I don't want to do the same thing everybody else is doing because again, most of the people that watch these universe mode videos watch the same people anyway. They
Right.
bounce around from Dylan, they're Nick fans or they're
Yeah. Like, I
boy
definitely
one
noticed
two three
there's like a
Jim
big
fans.
yeah, especially I guess as it become like bigger, quote unquote. I don't know. It's like there's like an overlap in like the Xpert fans to the Cole fans to the Nick fans to the Dylan fans to the like so on and so forth.
Yeah.
There's definitely a big overlap there.
Yeah, because I see people that's why I know I'm recognizable in the universe mode community because I be going on like J Dog's premiere and they be like, "Hey, Coletrain, when is blah 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 coming up? Hey, I be on J and W's premiere. Hey, Coletrain, when is AEW coming out?" I'm like, that's why sometimes I don't even be commenting the premieres no more because it be
Yeah,
taken
no, I
away
don't. But also it's kind of
from
just like
the
something I don't really like
experience.
to do anyway. Like even before I got like big, I got quote unquote. I didn't like typing mirror chats anyway. I type in Cole's mirror chats most of the time. I just like to
Yeah,
watch.
Yeah, I just prefer to watch them and see fan reactions to the content, and I just be DMing the creator my reactions because I don't want to overshadow the show because I know the Universe Mode community has overlap in it,
Yeah,
and I
and
don't want
again,
I don't want them asking about when is my next video when you're supposed to be watching the creator. I'm taking the
right?
attention away
Yeah.
from them.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
again, kind of like going back to the whole thing about that kind of the other side of like the content creation on 2K23 and stuff like that. Like again, those guys like BDE, like 2K, like those guys are killing it. They're killing it right now. BDE has a
Mhm.
million subs because of that type of content. Dank obviously as well. No shade to them at all. It's just a content that I don't want to make personally.
Yeah,
It's just like
but
I don't want to make that stuff.
exactly, and but you gotta think about like with BDE and Dank, they're about to be BDE wants to be a wrestler. He's training. Dank is already a wrestler. He's working and having matches. So that content makes sense from where they're at in life. We're not at that point where they're at. So it
Right,
just makes
and also
obviously
like
we want to do more. You
Yeah,
know.
and really, like, we just want to put ourselves like in a niche within a niche, because like obviously, like when the game comes out like 24 next year or this year, I mean, I could just hop on there to like showcase mode in one video, boom, probably I don't know, like tons of views over that, thousands of views for that. Like, oh, do my career in one video, thousands of views, boom. But I don't want to do that type of stuff. It's not the type of content that I want to make. It's not stuff that's like creatively fulfilling for me personally.
Exactly.
But again,
And that
people do that type of content. They want to watch that type of stuff. They want to watch people do that type of stuff. You want to do it yourself? That's fine. Go right ahead.
mhm.
I just
That's
don't like
why
it personally.
that's why I really I tried the my career mode, but I'm not well, okay. I'm entertaining, but I'm not that entertaining like, the big people that do it. They make it so fun. They put big edits in there. I don't have time to sit down and edit all that stuff together, put their own music in there. I don't got time for all that. No.
Well,
You know,
yeah, and like that type of editing style is also something like I don't really want to do either. Like I don't like the
mhm.
editing style is kind of like that fast pace kind of kind of like Fortnite stuff, really like Fortnite, Call of Duty, that type of stuff. So kind of creation style. Like I don't want to do the type of editing and all that, like fast paced, or like keep getting told type of editing. I don't want a fan of that either. Stuff is
Mhm.
that type of I watch like video essays type of thing. Like I said somebody like talk about like I don't know a show or a game or a movie something like that like for like however many hours the video is. The type of videos I like watching.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I fully agree. And especially like these days a lot of people lose attention very fast because of TikTok and shorts on Instagram, shorts on Facebook, shorts Snapchat, being stories being about 5 seconds. People attention spans are not as long as it used to be. So I typically like to keep my videos energized and keep them invested in what's going on so they watch the content. You really can't just drawn out things anymore because you're gonna lose them. You will lose them fast. And for me, like sitting down and doing two to three live streams a week on my career mode and my GM, why would you sit down and watch me do that when you got dank ops and I can't call nobody else name that does it. BDE, I,
Yeah,
I know creative's name. I just
another
can't
one is
call
like
him right now.
Locke or Steve OG,
Yes,
people like
yes.
that. Yeah,
All those people that have 30-minute videos, 25-minute videos, why would you sit there and watch me for an hour and a half when their video's shorter and probably more entertaining because it's shorter? And you don't got to worry about loading screens and cut scenes because they cut most of that stuff out sometimes. Logically, if I'm a viewer, I'm gonna go sit down and watch their video rather than watch my live stream on that. And that's why I don't normally live stream my career mode, or definitely I don't do 2K Showcase because that's copyright central. Absolutely not. I'll never do 2K Showcase because they copyright that stuff, and I don't want to risk losing my channel. Absolutely not. So 2K Showcase is out the bar because everybody, because like 2K Showcase, in my opinion, should be experienced by you. You should play 2K Showcase. You should not want to see me play 2K Showcase. No,
right.
because
And honestly, the reason why I do it now, or at least that's what games anyways. The only reason I do it now is because you have to unlock stuff. Because
yeah,
you don't get through the whatever it's called now, the accelerator or whatever it's called. That what the like name that for? I can't remember what it is. That it doesn't like stuff choice anymore. Choice more anymore. So you have to actually
no,
go through and play the stuff,
yeah, exactly.
and it's frustrating. That's the reason
It's
I play
very
it
very
now.
frustrating. It's very very frustrating because like with us, I have three distinctive universe modes. I help on CTP with RRH and collision. So I don't thankfully I don't have to do dynamite, thank God. Well, I love that y'all are doing dynamite all on your own. It's the greatest thing of all time. Let me tell you, let me tell y'all something. One thing about me is I don't turn down help. I don't. They'd be like, "Hey Cole, I want to do this." Go ahead. I used to be very stubborn back then about not help, like having people help me with especially with YouTube stuff. But these days, as I've gotten older and I realize how time consuming these videos are and how much it takes, no, I'll be like, hey, I'll be sending people money, be like, here you go, take care of that. I don't want to do it. No, here, bye, take it. I'm dead serious. This is behind the scenes things. Let me tell y'all something. Behind the scenes too. Your boy, y'all talk about money management. I make sure my money's straight all the time. Expert. Let me. He know my money always stays straight, always.
Well,
And
yeah, because he's a cheapskate.
that's not the truth, man. I love nice things, but it come on a budget.
Mm-hmm. But
I
no,
seriously, serious.
yeah.
Um,
In all seriousness, yeah, 100%. But yeah, I think that's like I don't know, like I mean, thankfully I don't worry about it now because I have mods like what like there's mods like just unlock everything for you in the game now. Like whenever I have to restart my save or whatever, so I don't have to worry about it now. But before, when I do it like for every new save I had to do showcase mode. It's even well, still I do it come on console. I do showcase mode again probably.
yeah,
It's frustrating. It's most infuriating thing ever. Especially for some calls, you have to go through career mode to get stuff because career mode exclusives and lockables and stuff like that too in there now.
yes, yes,
It's
yes.
the only
It's
reason they
it,
do it
it's
is until you actually play the modes because they realize people don't because they just unlock it everything.
Yes, it's one of the most frustrating things ever because if you have multiple universe modes with multiple 2K saves on multiple accounts, you have to play the 2K showcase 2 to 3 times a year. Like I
Yeah,
can't,
and
I
it
can't.
isn't even just like universal people like people probably just like for example, someone wants to have like a WWE save, someone wants to have like an AW save. Because they have to get, like just regular people, they have to go through showcase mode and career mode and all that stuff again too.
Yes, yes. People that make calls. Some people can't put all the AEW and then make the WWE calls on the same save. You got to do separate saves for that because we don't have enough slots for that. We don't. So you have to eventually you're going to run out of slots. You're going to have multiple saves. I have 3 saves. 3. And I had to play the 2K showcase 3 times. 3 times, and it was not fun sitting through a boot through 3 times. No, man, I got so sick of John Cena theme song. Then the week I was doing it for the third time, he made his return. I muted the TV. I'm serious. I got so sick of that doggone theme song, man. Oh my god! Every time you open up the thing, dun, 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 dun. It's bad. It's really bad. I really, really hate it. I'm hoping that the person that's the 24 showcase, please have a good theme song so where it doesn't get annoying. Because I know I'm about to play it like 3 times. And God, 2K24 comes out in March. Oh, great.
Here you go again.
Yeah, it's gonna
But
be
yeah,
announced. It's gonna be announced in January. Gonna be out in March. I'm
but
gonna have
that's
a whole new
see,
game.
it wouldn't be an issue if like it was like a different mode that like, was actually like fun to play. Showcase mode just fun. It isn't fun to play. It's
It's
not.
not. It's not fun to play.
You, yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. Like
genuinely, if you give me Road to
all you gotta
WrestleMania
do
in
is
that
like
spot, I'll play it every year.
yeah, like all you gotta do is like the only thing I do is like oh like do a combo on Jonathan like 5 times in a row or something like that, and then you go to cutscene. That's it. That's whole showcase mode. It's not fun at all.
But but
It
but
just
the
isn't.
the thing is, what I don't understand about 2K now with these games is they release them in March now. It's not even October, where when you release like whenever they release like what WWE 2K19, you had to work right up, you had to start work right on 2K20 where you couldn't even do nothing else besides DLC. Okay, these games are coming out in March, so you're working on them for about an extra 3 months now because and game development time. It's not not a full year. No, you have 3 extra months because you don't have a release in October. You don't, and you stop supporting the game after July. So you have an extra 3 months of development time. So you can't you're telling me you can't do a road to WrestleMania? You can't get a script together after the next game releases and like 2K24 comes out, 2K20 for 2K25, you can't sit down and make a road to WrestleMania mode in the summer before you start producing it in the fall because the WWE 2K team doesn't work on the NBA 2K games. They're two separate teams. I've done my research on it because I trust me, I do my research in the
Yeah,
game in the
well,
game
that
industry.
wait, not even that. Like it could be like if they import like the NBA 2K errors thing in WWE 2K, I play that all the time.
But the
I
thing
play that
is,
100%.
that's a next gen exclusive, and to WWE, the WWE 2K team does not want to work on next gen features because they want the PS4 version to stay the same as the PS5 version. I
I
don't I
mean,
don't
yeah, I get that. I guess.
I
I mean,
don't
kind of.
understand that because you're not giving let's say you're a WWE 2K gamer, right? And you don't really, don't want to buy next gen right now. You want to stay on your PS4. Why would I buy a PS5 just to play WWE 2K23? What am I getting on the PS5
Nothing.
version
Nothing.
on WWE 2K23? I'm paying
Because
$70.
even graphics are different. The graphics are exactly the same across all versions of the game. PC, Xbox, PS4, PS5, whatever. It's
I'm
all the same.
paying
It's literally the same
$10
game.
extra for the same game I can get for $60 on the PS4. I'm not upgrading.
No difference in graphics, no difference in like modes, anything like that. Like
Nothing.
no difference in, like roster, nothing. It's the exact same game, 1-to-1.
Exactly. So
Even on
so it
PC, which can handle better, probably handle more than PS5 and Xbox Series X and S and all that. Same thing. The exact
same
same
thing.
thing.
So there's no next gen in the WWE 2K games. At least I'm justified, even though because I did get NBA 2K24 for the PS5 on sale, and I absolutely love the game. I haven't bought NBA 2K since NBA 2K20 because I took a well, actually it's a 3 year, because technically it's 3 year, a 3 year break from the NBA 2K games, because I said I was not going to buy them until next gen, and I kept my word. And I love the my NBA era thing on NBA 2K. I said I wish that WWE like take 2K Showcase out and put WWE 2K eras. We can replay the Attitude Era and maybe change some things. What if the Undertaker's undefeated streak ended and Kane beat it at WrestleMania? What I think it was
Right,
14, right?
yeah. Or like Shawn Michaels went WCW, for example, like join the
Yeah, what if
NWO or
Shawn Michaels with
whatever.
WCW? What if Goldberg miraculously never signed with WCW and went to WWE earlier than he did in real life? What if
Exactly.
Sting went to WWE earlier? Like, what if Sting went to the WWF during the Attitude Era? What could have happened then? Would Stone Cold Steve Austin would be bigger? Would The Rock still have been bigger if some WCW guys
Yeah, so stuff
left the
like that
company and
are
went to
like
WWF earlier?
if we want to go like a little, I guess later on, like in time, like Bruce Gretzner, for example, like what if Brock Lesnar never left WWE? What if Brock never went to Hollywood, for example? Like how different would it have been in WWE at the time?
Yeah. What if
Obviously, like you couldn't have everybody in that era, like in the game because of obvious reasons. For some people, obvious, very obvious reasons why. But like
mhm.
let's like the main players in there, it'll be great.
But yeah, but that's exactly what the my NBA eras thing is, because I played it. They don't have every roster accurate. They have the biggest stars of that era, and then they have historic draft classes where they have the best players from that each draft, and you can change NBA history. It's freaking amazing.
Yeah,
I
and the
really
thing is, most of like the guys from like those eras are in the game already anyway. Like for
exactly.
example, like this year we got all three Brock Lesnar, we got Undertaker and Bruce Wrestling era. I'm sure those in Bruce Wrestling era for 2022 showcase mode. Cena, RVD, Edge from those eras. Kurt Angle. It's like so how come you can't just make it all into like one big mode with all of them in there?
That's what I'm saying. Like they're not giving me an incentive. I have a PS5 sitting over there. Right as of right now, I don't have an incentive to spend $70+ to buy the PS5 version of WWE 2K24 if I'm going to get the same game on my PS4. Why would I spend an extra $10? Why? There's no point in doing that. That's what they need to focus on in these games is to oh, dang it, my little thing, I got muted for a second. I'm
Oh, okay. I was
tired.
like, what happened?
Yeah, it muted me for a second, but that probably gonna be cut out in the editing. I'm tired of the you know, not having having the same modes. I want next gen. Use the power of these consoles. These consoles been out since 2020. There's no excuse at this point. Literally, there's no excuse to say, oh, we can't do it because they just came out. No, you're on year 5 of this at this point. Like,
Yeah,
come on,
and
man.
also it's just straight up like laziness, really.
It
Because
is laziness.
when two came out, like everybody saw the graphics and everything like that, and we got like GMO back and everything. Like everybody's like, "Oh my god, this would be a whole new era for WWE games." 23 comes out, only new thing we get was War Games. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
they
what like new
literally
edition we got for 23 was war games.
they put the,
And
it
war
was
games actually like you play like twice, like the same thing, super boring.
exactly. They put the same gameplay from 22, made a few tweaks to it, made it a little bit smoother, and gave us war games.
Yeah, if I like didn't have to use war games, for example, let's just say for like I don't know CTP, I don't know CCP season 8, I don't know Armageddon or whatever. Like if I had to use war games for that, like I wouldn't play that mode. I wouldn't play that mode at all. I haven't.
I have
I thought of my career
I actually
that I had
haven't
to play
played
for
at
my
all.
career. Yeah, it's like there's
I
nothing.
haven't touched it at all. There's no point in me touching it.
Basically just like the Hell in a Cell. That's like what two rings. But that's basically it.
Yeah, I
It's
mean
it's very bare bones.
but
Very bare bones.
and the thing is, if they made that a next gen exclusive, they could have actually made it actually really cool using the power of next gen consoles. But these game companies don't even want to take advantage of the hardware that they have in front of them. And that's the very, very upsetting part about WWE 2K, because same thing with with the actual universe mode. They could do so much with that mode, but they don't want to do anything with it. They don't. It's bare bones still.
And yeah, and I mean, if you think about it, really, like we're almost kind of the reason why this like these games are kind of like alive, really. Because like if I didn't do universe mode stuff,
I wouldn't buy
I
it.
don't play this game at all.
I go. You telling me?
I'd probably do like showcase, maybe if it's fun. I don't know, and like probably do, like my career, and that would be it. I probably wouldn't play it again unless if I did like online stuff with people. I would play it
Why you
again.
think, expert? Why you think I haven't played a Madden game? I don't do. I because there's no point. The games is bare bones and lazy. I don't. I haven't bought Madden in years for that reason alone. I just bought the recent NBA 2K, and the only reason why I bought that was for the My NBA Eras mode. That's the only reason why I bought
Yeah,
it.
I thought about it getting it for the Eras mode because by the way, I'm not a basketball fan at all. So
Hmm.
I thought about getting it for the Eras mode, but I was like, it's $70, probably too much for just one mode.
Yeah,
So I decided against it. But
That's why I got it on sale for about 25. I got it for 20, I got it
is
for
that
25.
still going on? I have to check it out. Hold on, I have to
I
look it up
believe
after
that
this.
I believe that sale is I think it's still going on until the 16th on the PlayStation Store, I believe. I
Okay.
believe it's still going still active. But yeah, I got it on sale for that reason. Because like I wasn't paying $70 for one mode. Are you insane? No, I'm not doing that. No.
And also, by the way, everybody, we don't pay $70 or like $100, whatever, for like collector's stuff, like collector's edition or whatever, a year for WWE 2K for universe mode. We never use actual universe mode. We don't.
We don't.
Nobody uses the actual universe mode. Well, I don't think so.
Behind the scenes fun fact, since they got rid of the opening pyro, I haven't even opened the actual universe mode. I haven't opened it
I
since
used it
season
once
22
for a
came out.
cutscene on my newest episode of Raw, which you can check out now, by the way. But that's it. I used it for a cutscene, and that was it.
I haven't even tried out the cutscenes thing. No, I haven't even tried that out at all. I haven't opened it. Everything that you see in CTP is through the play mode. That's it. Like from the championship matches, from the entrances, from um loading in. All that is
Yeah, the
done through
segments,
the
everything.
segments. All that's done through play mode. We I have certain options turned off, like obviously the auto generated run-ins and post-match run-ins. All that stuff's turned off because it has to be. The hoods and stuff are turned off, and all that extra production things to make the show feel realistic and stuff, like I do every year. But I don't touch the actual universe mode. It has universe mode in the title. Yeah, it is a universe mode, but I don't use universe mode itself. Absolutely not.
Right.
You can ask you can
Honestly,
ask
like,
any creator. We don't use that
yeah,
thing.
like I think like if you asked them, like if you surveyed them, it'd probably be like maybe less 5%, 5% or less people that actually use universe mode still for the content.
Yeah, I
For
agree.
actually universe mode
Even
creators, I mean, because obviously like people like running universe mode use universe mode. I mean, people who do do actually do universe modes probably don't use universe mode.
exactly. I interviewed Boy 123 Dream, and he told me that he was slowly getting away from using it, and he stayed on it. He stayed in universe mode because he used to crank out them episodes like hotcakes. He used to roll with them. But even he's like trying to go more quality based with his episodes because he said he was getting bored of it too. He was getting bored of doing universe mode. Period. And I was like, wow, you getting bored? That's saying something about these games. If he's getting bored, and
And by the
he's
way,
been doing it for
folks,
years.
this how we just talk. Like this is just off camera. This is how we just talk. So Cole, do you have any more questions for me in this interview?
Oh
We talking
Jesus!
about 2K for the last almost hour and a half.
I am so sorry. I still got questions. That's the,
This how we just talk, and just normally.
oh man, I still got questions to ask the guy, and I
It's just a conversation. This is an interview. This
I know we never really did this as like we were supposed to with season 7. So let's talk about CTP season 7. Specifically,
oh no, we
since the
have to.
series is basically done. I want to ask you, like, what was first off, what was some of your favorite moments that you booked in season 7,
Oh,
and give me
okay.
some cancel plans for some people that you
Oh
had,
my
like
god.
for Raw.
Well, like, are we talking about like where we left off from, or are you talking about just the whole season, like
Just the whole
that
season in
get
general.
canceled?
It's already dead. So just the whole
Okay.
season in general. Just
Well,
lay it
okay. Well,
off.
probably my favorite moment, like in the whole series I've done so far, whole series period. I think everyone knows what it is by now. I mean, for real, you probably don't. But if you've been around for a while, you know what it is. The Karen Cross thing. I mean, come on. That is the definition of a home run angle right there. The
Hmm.
definition of a home run angle. The, the Karrion Cross thing will live on in history on this channel forever.
Yeah.
That's one of those things that it just won't, like you want, like no matter how far away we get from that, it will never go away. I think this year will be like 3 years since it happened, or 4 years,
Yeah.
one of the two. It's been
Hmm.
forever, and people still talk about it to this day. It's a huge moment. The Karrion Cross thing really probably like Cross's whole like original, I guess, original run, kind of like from the debut prior to like SummerSlam. That whole run is just special, honestly. The Aiden English, I just won the same show. The heel turn to Aiden English, aligning with Jay White. What a run that was. We didn't see the end of that run either. What a run.
No,
Incredible
we did
run.
not. We did not see the end of it, unfortunately,
That Jay
on
White run,
TV.
all that stuff, all that stuff was on the fly. Jay White stuff every week is on the fly. I was like, how can I make this guy more and more absurd every week? That's all on the fly. All of
You,
that is on the
wait,
fly.
wait, wait, wait. You didn't plan it out in advance?
No, every single angle is on the fly. I knew he was gonna beat him for the belt. I knew it was gonna be Rusev, but I didn't. But like the week stuff was always on the fly, always on the fly.
Oh wow. I know there was one thing that I changed on Raw that wasn't supposed to happen, but did.
Oh my god, the heel turn of Matt Riddle was not supposed to happen, folks. That whole Matt Riddle heel run with Paul Heyman was not supposed to happen at all.
Nope, but that was a Coletrain blunder.
Yeah, Cole did the match on Raw between I think it was Riddle and Timothy Thatcher. I want to say, which obviously
That
was
was
Thatcher and Heyman where that ended up. Pretty big coincidence. Riddle was supposed to like lose to Thatcher, right? So
mhm.
somehow Cole decided, you know what, I'm gonna have Riddle blow Thatcher and turn heel and win. So I was like, I couldn't just like ignore that. I couldn't just ignore it because then it would be weird. So I had to go with it. So like for the whole like 2 months, I had to just on fly like a whole thing with him and Nakamura and that feud and all that stuff. But finally, after some we got back on track, which is the original plan. Why flip monster with Paul Heyman? That was always the plan.
Yeah.
That was my way, like getting back on track after SummerSlam and all that stuff.
So I kind of changed Matt Riddle season 7 just by and the
Yeah,
thing
Matt Riddle
is
probably got ruined for being honest.
the game did that. I didn't even do that. I was the plan was, I believe Riddle was probably a heel in the game or something. I don't know what it was. But the game did it, and I was like, "Oh, this is so perfect. What an ending!" And I didn't go back and re-record it. I just sent it to him. I don't no
No,
no.
yeah, I watched it and I was like, Cole, what is this? He's like, what? What's wrong? It's like, it's not the finish at all. He's like, oh, I don't know. I see what the problem was. It's like, oh my god. Fine, well, I'll go with it. I'll keep it. So yeah, Matt
Yeah,
Riddle, his season 7 probably got demolished for being
yeah.
honest. But the cancel plans. Oh, obviously, okay. Best moment probably the formation of the Elite at SummerSlam. That's
Yeah.
another good one. Cancel plans though. Uh oh man. Well, okay. Well, actually, originally I lied actually about Jay White. The original plan was not for Rusev to beat him. That's not the original plan. The original plan after the heel turn and everything, obviously for Jay White. The person who's gonna beat him for the title was going to be Cesaro. It's going to be Cesaro. This to
Wow.
be no way out. By the way, this is February. No way out. So if we have the show, Jay White versus for the Intercontinental Championship, Jay White versus Cesaro. Remember, this is February. Rusev would have made his return then in February. It cost Jay White the championship to Cesaro, and then they would have led to Jay White versus Rusev at WrestleMania, non-title match, 1-on-1. Rossi Rusev would have won. So Rusev would have come back until February originally. We
Wow.
came back raw after SummerSlam, and obviously the timeline that we are in currently.
Why did you move it up?
Oh, I don't know. I just felt like you know what I mean. Like with angles, you gotta know when to end the angle when it was at its peak, basically. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So that's like a
that
thing in
was
wrestling,
yeah, that was pretty
and
much like Jay White at SummerSlam was the peak.
yeah,
You know,
because
he
he
was
just beat Kota
on top of the world.
Ibushi and all that,
Mm-hmm.
clean basically.
It just
So like that was kind of like I felt like that was kind of like the peak of that angle. Like Rusev comes back, beats him for the belt. I forget before that happened, and then that begins like the slow like descent of Jay White into madness. Basically, what would have happened if we didn't, obviously have to move things up to season 7 or season 8? Sorry.
yeah, yeah. I'd most definitely agree with that. I hope that WWE, somebody from WWE, like they love to watch our videos. I hope y'all are listening to that. Strike while the iron is hot, and don't let
Yeah. There
angles.
may have been a Mega 39 this year and last
Yeah,
year.
yeah, and don't let angles drag on for another year. I'm talking to you, Roman Reigns, title reign. Um,
Yeah, you
because
hear that, Paulie? You heard that,
yes,
Paulie? You better learn the book of the Bible a little bit better, you piece of trash. Anyway, but no,
yes, please,
yeah,
please. I am so tired of the finish the story. Like, just let him finish the story at this point. I am so sick of getting on Twitter. When is Cody
please,
Rhodes gonna finish
please.
the story?
And now we got the
I
Rock
can't
in
wait for
here
April,
too. Oh
man.
my god, oh brother,
Please, man. Like, I can't.
don't ruin it for Dwayne. Don't ruin it for Dwayne, please. Anybody listening to this to WWE, don't listen. Don't ruin it for Dwayne. We've been here for a
Please
year now.
don't pull events because that's the reason why CM Punk walked out because of Dwayne. Dwayne stole his main event.
You might steal it again, 2 years in a row.
I hope
I mean,
not,
not
man.
2 years in a row, but 10 years apart.
10 years, no, literally 10 years apart.
This time we Punk and Cody, but
Poor,
no,
poor, poor, poor Punk. Poor, he just can't catch a break.
but yeah, that's less than like any bookers out there, like IRL, USMO, whatever. Like if like the angle, if like a very hot angle, you had to end it when it's at its peak. Because if you ended like after his peak, like after his peaked, like the ending isn't going to be as impactful.
No,
People
no,
aren't going
no,
to care as much.
no one is really going to have the investment and care like you want it. And I felt
And
like
yeah,
that was
and
some of the mistakes that I made in my booking with having Bailey hold the title so damn long. And then, also with Batista. I felt like I kind of
And
dragged
yeah,
it on a little too
and
long
again,
too.
going back to Cody, like in real life, if they
Mhm.
ended it last year at WrestleMania, like picking up the bloodline stuff with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens and the Usos and all that, if they ended, then people were like probably this one like greatest storyline of all time probably. But now it's gonna end. Well, hopefully, anyway, it's gonna end this year. People are like, okay, well that was good, but last year of TV, the storyline has had dragged a lot. So if it ended last year, it would have been even better.
Yeah, because they've been forcing Cody Rhodes to have something to do. It's kind of obvious. Like they've been feeding him random people.
Yeah, the Judgment Day and Nakamura and just like and Brock and just like kind of the most random stuff really.
And then Roman just been sitting at home. Collecting his checks at home. He ain't doing nothing.
Like yeah,
He
I mean
got
a lot of people have really like benefited from it. I guess with like LA Knight and Jay Uso. That's really it. Everybody else, I think has probably had like their stock decrease because of this going on another year.
yeah,
If we're
because
being honest.
it just keeps really like dragging on and on and on, and that's something even with universe modes. You guys got to watch that. You might say that, oh, this is the greatest heel of all time, but you gotta know when it's time to cut it off. And that's what I gotta give Super Kid Gaming and Expert Gaming some things with NXT and Raw. I I really can't go back and say that, oh, this kind of dragged on a little too long. It kind of ended when it was supposed to end, which is one thing that they know how to do. They know how to end something. They don't they don't know how to do anything else. They know how to end a story and make it a very impactful ending too. So
Yeah, I think we had Jay hold the belt to No Way Out, or even maybe even WrestleMania. I think by then people would probably gotten tired of the shtick. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I feel like kind of would have gotten a little repetitive.
I agree. I agree. Especially like that's why I complain about Roman Reigns and his title reign with the constant run-ins every time he has to defend the championship or somebody interrupting and a screwy finish.
Yeah,
To
and
me,
I think like people like, especially with like stuff that what we do on TV every week. Like I think people kind of just got to like, okay, this is like the like we've seen this chick for like almost a year now. You know what I mean? Like we got to do something. We
hmm
got to do something different. We got to do something new. So yeah, so I think like if it ended at WrestleMania, for example, people would kind of just been like, instead of like happy is over, like in a good way, like, finally the heels been beaten type of thing. Could have been like, kind of get disappointed, like it didn't end sooner, like when it was like really good type of thing.
yeah, because it would have just dragged on and like and here's my thing about with heels too, like, you know, I like when heels have the controversial finish, but don't make it like that every single month. Why can't a heel just win up straight up because he's good or she's good?
Yeah, and I think it's kind of thing I tried to do with Jay White, because I noticed like even I noticed like during the title reign, like I kind of noticed like like every defense you kind of like win like some kind of a cheap way, like with Rusev, and then like the ladder match at Payback, stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. And I was like, I don't want him to be the type of champion where she's to win every single match. So I have him defeat Jericho clean on Raw. Then he defeated Ibushi's relatively clean anyway at SummerSlam. So I was like, and then I had him beat Leon Ruff clean on Raw as well, Raw after SummerSlam. So I wanted to make sure like this guy is actually good. Like he's good, but he uses these things to get ahead basically.
Yes, and that's some of the best heels that can go out there and say that I can out wrestle you. I don't have to cheat every time to win, or somebody
I
has
mean,
to
if you
help
think
me.
about it, I mean, one of the biggest heels in WWE, like during the Luke Gresham era or stuff like that, was Kurt Angle. And did he cheat?
Exactly.
Almost never.
Never.
He would just be better. He'd
He
just be better, a better wrestler than you, and he rubbed it in your face. That's it.
that's basically what it was, and that's what I did with Batista's title reign. Batista never cheated. He cheated one time when he turned heel. That's it. That's the only time he cheated. Other than that, Batista just went out there and just beat people, and then he just talked bad about people, and had an ego. I don't like the chicken, crappy heels. They're great, but
Yeah, they can
you don't
work,
have to do it every
but
week.
if it's a super long title reign, like eventually you just get people get bored of it basically.
And that's where I'm at a point, going back, to Roman Reigns. That's where I'm at a point in Roman Reigns in his title reign. I'm tired of it because it's the same thing over and over again. That's why I like whenever the Fatal 4-Way got announced, I'm like, oh, it's a breath of fresh air. I'm hoping that he can actually Roman Reigns can just be Roman Reigns and like win, go out there and just beat him. You know,
Yeah, because I don't think he retained clean since like what the Cena match. I think that was like almost 2 years ago.
yeah, that's it. The only guy he beat straight up was John Cena at Money in the Bank 2021. That was his last time that he said straight up, I beat this guy. Other than that, he got pinned clean that last year, I think. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Jay pinned him clean last year in Money in the Bank, the tag match.
That's it. That's the only times that a Roman Reigns match did not end in controversy the last 3 years. 3 years, because 2021 was 3 years ago.
And yeah, and like for he like champions, like another thing, like for your smooth creators stuff like that, like bookers. Like I don't mind your champion. I don't mind having champions like lose on TV. Like if like for like storyline, then sure you have to lose on TV. But just like but don't have them lose like every week on TV type of thing. It's the thing that used to happen to WWE a lot was champions would lose on TV like every week almost. It's like how
Hmm.
are you the champion? You're losing to every weekly on TV to
Yeah,
people,
it kind of devalues the
especially
championship,
if they're faces, especially if they're
especially
faces.
the baby faces too. Because if the heels just keep beating them, then I'm not really going to care about the baby face at a certain point. You know,
Yeah,
so
like
like
that was a big thing. Like Tattooing, like Cocaine, for example, after he did the whole Cocaine Mania thing, like he lost every week on TV, or he looked bad every week on TV. So like nobody took him seriously as a world champion,
Exactly. So
and
you
that kind of
got
like ruined his whole run.
and your champion does not have to show up every single week, but don't have the champion disappear for like 2 3 months, especially if you're the world champion. Especially in the universe mode, that's kind of bad. You know, you need your world champion whenever you're booking the universe mode to have one of the centerpieces of the show. That's the world champion of the women or the men. That that's the main champion. If they're not there or nobody has something to fight for, you're just putting on random matches just because.
Right.
There's no main event scene. There's just random people at the top of the card. That's
Well,
not a good
also,
thing.
I think what universe mode is that like unlike real life, like the contracts involve all stuff like people only like appear like a certain amount of times a year or whatever. In universe mode, there's no you have anything to do with that. You have tip your prayer many times a month as you want to. Doesn't matter. Like there's no like you don't have to do any you don't have to do any of that stuff in universe mode.
No, you don't. Like you don't have to worry about somebody getting sick in universe mode or somebody buckling their knee in universe mode unless that's a story you want to tell. It's your freedom. That person can show up anytime they want to show up. You don't have the IRL factors and human life factors that people have that these bookers and writers have to deal with every single week when they're writing these shows in real life. Triple H has to think about, whenever he's putting somebody on the show, is can they make it here? Are they healthy enough to go? How are they feeling mentally? That's things that Triple H has to worry about and think about when he's writing his television show. When me and experts sit down and write Dynamite, we're gonna worry about that. We know, oh, if Finn Balor, if Finn Balor wants to show up, we can put him on TV. If he doesn't want to show up, no, gonna be there.
Right.
Just
And,
just
and
an
and yeah,
example.
like for example, like Brock Lesnar, like he could be a world champion. He doesn't be part time because he's part time in real life. You can make him full time if you want to.
Exactly.
And you probably should. I mean, unless it's like part time, like a part of storyline, like down the line, something like that with somebody else. Like somebody like comes out like it's like, oh, he has been on TV in like however long, he's the champion type of thing. It's part of an angle. Then sure, make him part time. But if it isn't, and you just want to like real life, because what happens in real life like part time, and like you want to make him part time in your universe mode, then like there's no reason to do that. You make him full time if you want to.
Exactly. You can literally do whatever you want to do. And this is gonna segue into my next question. What is one of your favorite things about doing universe mode? Like what's the best part in your opinion?
I think like at least for me personally, like kind of like doing stuff outside the box, like people don't normally think of like doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, say for example, nobody happened right now on Raw and Macrodona, and like nobody talking about him making WWE champion like ever in a universe mode. No way, Zack Ryder, that guy? No way, especially in this day and age. No possible way.
Yeah,
No way.
he ain't the same these days,
It was
but
like 10 years ago,
oh
maybe,
yeah, most definitely. 100%.
but now, no.
No.
So like to say that kind of like come up with stuff like that, like thinking outside the box, like doing stuff other people don't really do. Like that kind of stuff is fun to me. And I
Yeah.
really like I prefer booking to like making matches all that type of stuff, like editing it, obviously. So that's why I play like my all time. I play TEW because I can just like go in there, like book it, and that's it. So the game run it. I can book in whatever I want, have the game play it out, and that's it. I was like edit it together. I have to record. I have to like record, like highlight reel all that stuff. I could just let the game do it by itself.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Fear is more like yeah, doing stuff like kind of like yes, super unique. Is the favorite
Yeah,
part of doing it.
I agree. It's the uniqueness that really makes the universe mode for me. And, thinking outside the box that, oh my God, this stuff is absolutely crazy. Like, I would never think that this would be a thing. You know what I'm saying? And having that happen and be executed perfectly, that's the best part about me. I think the booking's the best part that I like to do mostly. The booking and creating the stories is my favorite part.
Yeah,
The editing's the
and
worst
it's
part,
like,
in my
oh yeah,
opinion.
definitely. And it's like for example, like you think Mercer got as big as he did if he just stuck with like the IRL stuff?
Hmm.
No, because it's like IRL stuff. I could just go and watch IRL WWE or AEW or whatever, whatever you're doing. But instead, you made stuff like you create stuff like ESM, for example. Made that top storyline like this whole series for like however many years that was that went on for the storyline. And
Yeah,
stuff like that, staying outside the box. Like whoever thought to make a faction with Apollo Crews, Shaggy Old, Daniel Bryan, Paul Heyman, and Eric Bischoff? Nobody except for Mervs. It was a huge success for him. Huge success for him.
exactly. And that's what sets Murphs apart from some of the other big creators. Even with his what if, he has a style of what if that is very, very hard to replicate. I want to call out his name, Gresh, who will be our next interviewer on the Coletrain interviews. Gresh has the same thing, and I'm gonna talk to him about that too, about his style of editing that me and Xpert had to master because we were at one time his associate editors. There is a certain style with those what ifs that we had to do to make sure that they were executed properly. They were
Right,
fun.
right. And
Um,
honestly, like sitting here thinking about it, like obviously, like I love Nick's content this year. I thought Nick killed it this year or last year, I guess I should say now. Dylan killed it last year as well. Dylan, Jim, everybody really killed it last year. J Dog, J and W, everybody. But honestly, I might say last year was my year because, like, obviously, like that's kind of my channel. Like, obviously, the stuff with CTP, I got to edit for Gresh for the first time ever. I got to go on the Hot Tech podcast and watch, be on there for the JW and J Dog and Hornet and those guys. It's very fun. I got to like connect with people I thought like just a few months prior I never thought I'd be able to connect with. Like I accomplished like everything I really wanted to accomplish like in the scene last year. So I go as far as say last year is my year, honestly. That's just
yeah,
me personally. I mean that like way like a like oh I'm this you know god of uniform or like that. Like no, just like let me have a little bit of ego, all right, guys, come on, just a little, just a sprinkle of an ego.
yeah. I mean, for me, before we're getting slowly things, but to wrap things up here. Um, I would say like 2023 was definitely one of the best years that you had on the YouTube scene. And for me personally, it was great too. I did a lot of things. We ended the era. We ended CTP, WWE, about to start AEW in 2024, and ORH. We did things like the Coletrain unreleased stuff. I was like CTP unreleased. Jesus, I said Coletrain unreleased. Yeah, that means time for us to roll out of here. Um, Yeah, we did stuff we thought outside the box while we were working on 10 hours of professional wrestling in a video game. It was a wild year, and even with the CTP stuff and even with the like doing your own thing, definitely 2023 was your year. You had an incredible year, and you should pat yourself on the damn back. It was great. Can't wait to see what you accomplish here in 2024. It's going to lead into my last few questions before we roll out of here. One thing I wanted to ask you is within the next like five or so years, like as we get towards the end of the 2020s, where do you see yourself? Like what do you see yourself being as a YouTuber and as a person in the next 5 or so years?
Well, as a YouTuber, I see myself being the best. That's what I see myself being as a YouTuber. I mean, you have to be, right? Kind of
Yeah,
have to
of
think that
course.
way.
Of course.
Because if you don't, then I mean, what are you doing? So I see myself as the best in this game in the next 5 or so years. Like I think so. I generally think I could. I think I could. But the year I had last year, I don't think I can do it again. Uh, and then as a person, that's a little more difficult. I'll say that. Um, as a person, I would say I see myself in the next 5 years. I'd say I see myself as as a top name in a wrestling promotion. That's what I see myself. Whether it's as a manager, which I can do, whether it's as a personality, which I know I can do, whether it's a commentator, which everybody knows I can do that, or whether it's maybe it's even a wrestler. I see myself as a top name in wrestling promotion, a top wrestling promotion.
It's not a bad goal to have in the next 5 years. I definitely see that happening for you and Super Kick. Y'all are gonna be some big deals, and in the pro wrestling scene. No matter what y'all do, I know he wants to be a wrestler. We already know that he's training and stuff. And whatever you do is gonna be damn good. I just know it. Y'all are gonna be great in that wrestling scene. Um, you know, see, having those aspirations, it's a good thing to have because you wake up and you want to be something. That's what I always tell people. Always have an end goal. And every day you wake up, you get closer to get to that goal. Because you got to have the motivation to keep going when times get hard. Because like I said, you talk about your back and all the other stuff that you've been having in your personal life happened the last four or so years. Um, you know, you still got to have that motivation to keep going when those trials and tribulations, that we like to call it, come up, because they're gonna come up regardless of, no matter how good you have it, you still gonna have some type of problem. It happens to everybody. Even the rich folks have problems. So you gotta have the motivation. You gotta have an end goal, and that's what I try to preach to YouTubers. Um, yeah, YouTube is fun, but like, what if the internet goes down for a year? What are you gonna do?
Right, yeah, and yeah, that's what I said earlier. Like professionally, is probably this is the best. This year's the best year of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I mean probably not. I probably wouldn't say that personally. There's a whole lot of things like trial tribulations I had to go through
Yeah,
last year to get where I
yeah,
am. But professionally, 100% best year of my life, 100%.
yeah, and that's that's what I like, really like, train myself, you know, because like, if YouTube just shuts down, what am I gonna do? I already know what I'm gonna do. I have some on the side already set up. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the end all be all for me, of course. You know, because there's other things I want to do besides YouTube. So have those plans B's and C's in place so you can have that motivation to still keep going in this life, because this life is hard, and there are going to be times where you don't want to go, but you got to go. You got to handle your business. So that's all I really wanted to do. I didn't really want to preach on the podcast, but it happens every episode. I always preach to somebody, but you know,
Well, I
I
mean, and on the
I
interviews, behind the scenes, are early every time. If we're being honest here.
every time it happens. But we answered I asked the big questions. Now it's time for the fun part before we get out of here.
Oh no, here we go.
You've officially been the longest Coletrain interview so far, at
I'm not
almost an
surprised.
hour and almost 2 hours
I'm not
of
surprised.
us talking. Um
That's how it goes, folks. That's how it goes.
Here we go. Got my little timer up. You already know the drill. I'm gonna set my little timer, and I'm gonna ask the questions, and you gotta answer as many questions in the time limit that is set.
Oh boy, here we go. Wait,
Yes.
wait, so what's the record right now? Who's the champion?
So I went back and checked out all the other videos that we had. My poor boy AJ. he, I know he's probably gonna watch this podcast probably. Yeah, AJ, you had the worst one so far.
Oh no!
Even Malik had more
Oh
questions
my
answered
god!
than you. And Malik was just staggering, like,
You just answer the questions normally, huh? No rapid fire at all. Come on, Malik,
no,
you got every game up.
I told him. So far, I thought the Dino Man and DGD robbery not leaving my channel.
Nah.
So so Dino Man has the most so far. He answered about 15. So
Dino Man.
um
Okay, you know what?
yeah,
15. You know, I think.
Dino
Wait,
Man
how long do I have again?
15. uh Desi D had 12, and
Oh, okay, this
Tarleton
is
and
close.
so Super Kick had 10 in
Well, I think
his.
we call him Charlton. Now you've run the podcast. I think we're good,
But
right?
yeah, Tarleton had 10.
But okay, wait. So how long do I get again? I can't remember.
So you got to answer at least 16 of these.
Okay, but
From
how long? And what
oh
time?
yeah, you get 2 minutes. It's two
Two
minute time limit.
minutes? That's it.
Yeah,
2 minutes? Oh, I got
yeah,
this. I thought it was like
yeah.
a minute. No, we're good here. I'm gonna win.
No, 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 no. It's 2 minutes. But the thing is, these questions are wild as hell. That some people don't. They take their time answering them. No, what?
Oh no, whatever comes first from my mind, just coming out.
Oh boy. All
It's
right.
probably not a good thing, but anyway.
Mm. I'm gonna, I'm gonna throw you off on these. I'm telling you.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh man. All right, here we go. So time starts when I ask the first question, and here we go. So, what is the stupidest thing you ever did on a dare?
A dare? I don't know. I don't
Yes.
really play that game. Uh, I don't know. Probably put my TV. Probably put my TV. I'll say that.
What is your idea of the perfect date?
Uh, Staying at home watching movies.
If you could swap lives with one of your friends, who would it be?
Oh, God, probably none of them.
Who knows the most secrets
Sorry,
about you?
Charlton. You probably.
What are your must-have qualities in a best friend?
I don't know. It's kind of cool to hang out with, really. That's why we're here on this podcast.
If you could have free meals for life at one fast food chain, which one would you choose?
Oh my God. Chick-fil-A.
What is your preferred method of communication?
Texting.
What is a telltale sign that you are upset?
I don't talk.
What is the silliest you have ever felt?
The silliest?
Yeah.
Probably a book of Jay White every week in a row.
What is the most embarrassing thing your parents have ever done?
Oh my God. Oh, that's horrible. Uh, my parents have ever done? I don't
Yeah.
know. Probably done TikTok dances with my sister. I can do it. I can't do it.
Where's your happy place?
Uh, the commentary booth.
What is a habit that you picked up from your parents?
Oh my God.
Told you.
Oh wow. I haven't picked up from my parents. Probably just, I don't know. I tell people off most likely. Yes, that's a good one. You know, they're
What
rude to
is
me type of thing.
what is your most treasured possession?
Probably my, I don't know, PS5. Probably a horrible answer.
What is one fact that every friend should know about you?
Uh oh, I like wrestling. Oh, some wrestling fans, stay away from me.
Who what do you think the meaning of life is?
The meaning of life is to make other people happy.
If money were no object, what would you do?
Probably live in Japan.
What do you think happens after death?
I don't know. It's actually a fear of mine. I have no idea.
If you can ask your future self one question, what would it be?
How was it wrestling Kenny Omega?
All right, couple more. We got like 30 seconds. What is the biggest risk you have ever taken?
Join CTP.
What is your personal mantra?
Uh, be the best.
What is one concept you cannot understand no matter how hard you try?
Death.
What quote last one, what quote most resonates with you? You got 10 seconds.
Uh, 10 seconds. Okay. I am the voice of the voiceless. Oh, it's pretty horrible.
And quick, how do you make the world a better place?
Money.
Ding 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 ding. I think I'm gonna go back and verify, but I think you might have beat Dino Man.
Yeah, I'm talking about Dynamite, you piece of trash. I win again. I win again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, you did good. You did
Yeah.
good. I told you. I go random. I literally put a question generator up and I just ask them.
Wow,
I,
that
I,
was interesting.
yeah,
Okay.
that was
Okay.
interesting. We learned some things. We learned some things, man. Um, as of this recording, y'all don't know this, but it is really late.
Yeah, that's why I called me the iron over there the whole interview. I see you.
Yeah. Huh?
Expose him. Expose him. You were on the
Expose
whole
them.
interview. Yeah, you were on the whole interview. I got you. Exposed. You're exposed, pal. Back of the
Uh-huh.
line.
Yeah, yeah,
But
whatever.
nonetheless, I have won. Dino Man defeated again by me. Uh huh.
Yes, yeah, yes, indeed. Donovan is probably now in second place.
See, we got a little deep there at the end.
Yeah, we did. Of course we do. You know, I can, I can't wait to see how the other folks handle their
Oh my
questions
god.
for the next two episodes. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, this was fun. A great conversation, like we always do. Even behind the scenes, we have great conversations. But now the entire world can see
Just
our
let's
conversations.
literally the whole middle portion of the interview just talking about 2K. There's no interview in that at all. It's
Well,
a
well,
conversation.
admittedly, we did talk about your YouTube channel, so I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
that was really the main theme of it was talk about your humble beginnings. I would say.
Oh yeah, I guess you say that. I'm beginning the kid getting told off by Stevie Wonder's hacked account.
Okay. Well, I want to add this as a bonus thing since you are here, and and
Oh, okay.
I like to ask these for people that actually watch pro wrestling that come in these interviews. And since
Oh
it's the
no.
beginning of
I watch
2024,
wrestling?
yeah, you do watch wrestling. Before we end here, give me 5 things you want to see happen in WWE and AEW this year.
So 5 each or just five or just five?
5 each.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. And if we start WWE, the obvious one. Cody Rhodes finishes the story. Get the
Okay.
Wayne out of here. I've had enough. Roman, your time has come, pal. WrestleMania 40 is over. Uh, okay, Cody finishes the story. Uh, Probably CM Punk title win. I'll go with that.
All right.
Um, Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes get called up from NXT
Oh yeah, I definitely
for
would see
sure,
that.
for sure.
100%.
WWE, I'd probably say I don't want to play it safe. Let's go with some out of the box ones. Uh, Probably Rhea Ripley face turn,
Want to see it.
and I'll go with probably Solo Skull become Tribal Chief.
Oh, damn. That's bold.
Yeah, we gotta get out there a little bit. We gotta get out there. All right, AEW. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, Swerve becomes world champion easily,
Put in the atmosphere, yes.
easily. Uh, what else I want to see? Probably they move away from the WWE light stuff they've been doing the last year or so, for sure.
Yeah, please.
Um, I'd probably say a hook like upper mid card push. I don't know about main event. I think I'm ready for main event yet, but give me that. Uh, you know what? This is my own personal bias speaking here. Uh, Jack Perry goes to NXT.
That will be amazing.
And what was that, 3 or is that 4?
That's 4. One more.
Okay, last one. Uh, okay, well, since it's on the WWE list, so I'll say it here. The debut of Mercedes Moné.
All right. I will be looking back at this podcast and see if any of those 5 things actually come true.
Probably none of them, if we're being honest.
Probably
Probably
none
none
of
of
them.
them.
But you never know.
Poor Cody.
Sometimes you be saying something and it actually comes true a couple months later. So
Yeah, maybe we'll see. Poor Cody
mm,
if none of these things are true.
yeah, indeed we will see what happens. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it here for the Coletrain interviews and / the Train Talks podcast. If you're watching this on Anchor or Spotify, thank you so much for joining us or listening to us. If you enjoyed this video, please like this video, subscribe channel down below. Xpert Gaming YouTube channel and his Twitter Watch Expert will be in the pinned comment down below. Watch Expert is where you get all of our CTP updates. Sometimes he be between them, and you get all of his updates for his exclusive universe mode on
Yes,
his
there is
channel.
2 Twitter accounts I have. Reference Friends Cole says for all the universe mode stuff. I forgave me 9-10 of those for me like just talking about actual like real life wrestling stuff. Like present day, old school stuff doesn't really matter. What kinds of wrestling to
Yes.
talk about on
Yes,
that Twitter?
yes. So I will have both of those Twitter accounts linked in the pinned comment, and you can also I will also have his YouTube channel on the sidebar over here. You should be seeing it at the end of this video, and in the comments as well, so you guys can go and subscribe to his YouTube channel. He's awesome, very amazing creator. Please go subscribe to him if you haven't done so already. But I've been your host, Coletrain. This has been the Coletrain interviews. Me and Xpert are signing off, and we will see you guys around through CTP material. Peace out, guys.